All Out with Rico and Kayla is about to go live online. Catch All Out monster hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun, an exclusive on the Monster. Catch the stream on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out hosts, Rico Robles and Kayla Rivera. Stand by and enjoy the program.
All right, so we are live. It seems to be some sort of a double play that we are doing. For those that are watching, how you guys doing? Welcome to the show. It's Rico Robles. It is All Out. And guess who we have in the studio? I know he's famous for the lines. He's back, ladies and gentlemen, the voice behind the Golden State Warriors. But he's here in the Philippines. It's Franco Finn. Hey, Franco.
What's up?
How are you?
Noise. He's back.
I can't do that level. I can't do that
Oh
decibel.
man, you gotta dig deep right in there, but I love it, man.
Yeah, how's everything going? I mean, is this your first time in the Philippines?
No, this is probably my, I think, 4th or 5th time.
Fifth time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going for a wedding out here, and squeezing a little vacation in between my crazy NBA schedule.
and I know that's what I was asking him earlier. You guys are in season. Great acquisition of Buddy Hield.
Yes.
You know, Splash Bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Buddy
So
buckets.
how is it? How this one get into what you do, man?
Well, I gotta tell you, it's been a crazy year. I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd be doing 22 years as
Wow.
an NBA hype man
Mhm.
for my local team, the Golden State Warriors. I mean, this is the team I've grown up watching,
Mhm.
born and raised a Warrior fan, really. It started actually back by my mom. My mom, when she immigrated from the Philippines to the States,
Mhm.
basketball was her first love. And so I started watching, basketball
With
because of her.
mom.
With
Yeah.
mom.
Okay.
But I never thought I'd be doing this 22 years and still counting. But it's a labor of love, right? It's a passion that I've probably harnessed since the early, I would say maybe 12, 13.
Wow.
I kind of knew I was going to be a public speaker.
Mhm.
My dad, he signed me up to be the youngest lector at St. Anne's Parish in the Sunset.
So
San
talking
Francisco.
church. Yeah.
Yes, the youngest. Imagine I'm 12, 13. My parents were really active in the Phil Am Club
Yes,
at church, and they said, "Oh, my son's got a good voice. Can he read?"
So
I was like,
you would just read the different Bible stuff.
first reading, second reading,
Yeah.
responsorial psalm. So you know what? I had fun with it. I actually try to bring the Bible to life. So that's actually technically my first job into this. Fast forward to high school, I was in student council, student government, and then emceeing my rallies.
Yes.
I was the spirit commissioner, but I didn't think it was going to be something I'm going to be doing for a career.
Uh-huh.
And then fast forward after college, I started really getting the confidence in performing out at Santa Clara University, and kind of found my roots, also found myself and kind of who I was. And then I majored in communications. I made a switch, thank God, from engineering to communications, because that's where I got into radio. And radio.
So this is what we're doing here.
That's
radio.
what we're doing. That's why this is home to me, Rico.
Yeah.
Man, I love this. The microphones. The board, the whole nine. Man, this is where I spent about 10 years.
10 years in radio. This
Yeah.
is, of course, for which radio station?
So I went the unconventional route, right? I went with a AM station called
Wow.
Radio Disney.
Okay.
And so Disney at the time created radio stations for kids all across the country. AM. So the signals weren't too great, right? But we were the only ones playing pop music.
So how does it go? For example, you do a radio show now with Radio Disney. If you could, channel it back, how would your ad libs be?
Oh man, well, at the time I was known as Freestyle Franco on the radio, and so with me it was just kind of anything goes. Like I was that carefree, young, energetic personality, and I was emceeing shows for Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, all the way fast forward to Jonas Brothers, Miley
This
Cyrus.
is like the height of Disney.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean they crank it out, right?
Yeah.
And I actually got discovered. People ask me this: how the heck did the Warriors find you?
From all that Disney
Yeah,
stuff.
well, Hillary Duff, Lizzie McGuire, you know that show on Disney, really popular show. She was a triple threat, right? She was doing movies, she was doing Lizzie McGuire on Disney Channel, and she was a performer. So she had her first concert tour, and it was at the arena in Oakland, and I was the local personality, right? Radio.
Can you host this? Can you do this portion?
Hey, can you MC this show? I said, yeah, but there's no opening act. I said, so you have to fill the time. I said, what? How long am I going to be up there? He goes, you just hype them up, get them excited, and then introduce Hillary Duff. I didn't know how long. Was it a minute, 2 minutes? It was like 20 minutes, man.
That is eternity.
Yeah. And you know that too.
Yes.
With airtime, 20 minutes talking straight.
That's a long time.
And with energy too.
Yeah.
But I just dug everything inside. I said, look, I got to get these tweens and kids and moms hyped up on their feet. So I was making up stuff back and forth. When I say radio, you say Disney, like crowd response. And I was so exhausted at the end. I'm like, this is insane. I finally introduced Hillary Duff. I was so tired. And then the Warriors execs were backstage. I said, dude, you captured this arena.
You just don't know who's watching.
You don't know who's watching. And that's what I tell people. Biggest advice, you do it as if, you don't know who's watching. There might be someone right next to you or even down the aisle in church. You never know. They said, I'm impressed with you. Like, here's my card. And that was it. I'm like, what am I doing in basketball? Like, I'm not a PA announcer.
Yeah.
Right? I'm a radio personality. I said, no, we need an MC. And that MC hosting job turned into a hype man. So I do both. I'm the in-arena MC, the personality, if you will, but I'm also the hype man to get 20,000 on their feet.
That is amazing. You know, it just goes to show from the spirit of the Lord to the school spirit to the Disney spirit, and then now through the Warriors spirit.
Spirit is in my blood, and it's energy. It's a little vial, and that's what Franco Finn has been bringing for 22 years to Dub Nation. And events around too. So it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, for you doing that, what are the perks and what are the challenges?
Oh man, I mean, obviously the perks is you get the best front row seats of basketball at its best. And look, hey, for Warrior fans out there, if we weren't always that good. It was the Steph Curry era, the last 10 plus years that have been amazing, right?
But you started during when? The Chris Webber era?
No, probably it was like the early Jay Rich days. And those like we believe was 07, 08, like that. Yeah.
So it was still Baron Davis.
Yeah, but that was a little later. I was in 02.
02.
So I'm talking like
Mark Jackson.
No, it was probably more like Troy Murphy days.
Yes.
Mike Dunleavy, who's our GM now. I mean, we couldn't win 20 games back then, man.
Yeah.
Now,
you're the hottest ticket in town.
We got the Steph Curry effect and one of the hottest tickets in town. Exactly.
How was it when you guys won the first title? How did people? Man. I mean, I could imagine the energy that y'all got, and then when it went back to back, and y'all were running. You know what I mean? How did it all feel?
It was special. Let me tell you, 2015. They say what championship was the best? 2015 for sure, because it was the first. We were a bunch of young talents. Could we get that far? Wait, we're moving. Because, we used to get bounced out of the
first round,
second round. We believe was a little flash. But we were like, wait a minute. Mark Jackson, coach at the time, before said we had the best shooting backcourt in the NBA, right? And I'm like, what? And then fast forward when Steve Kerr got into the league and he maximized that team. Whoo! Strength in numbers, baby. That was a special. And 40 years to the date of 1975 when the Warriors won their first championship in the Bay Area.
Wow.
And that's when my mom immigrated here too. So for me, it was special because
it all aligned for some reason.
It did. And then 2022 was also very special, the last one, because I did not expect to get a fourth ring like that. With the Kevin Durant era, we had a darn good chance. Yeah. But in 2022, the return of Clay, that's where he's back.
Yeah.
Dude, that is a meme everywhere. How do I get copyrighted on that, man? Come on, Rico, help me out.
We'll talk to Bruce Buffer and Michael Buffer. They do
how do we coin that, Bruce?
$100,000. I think every time somebody says, let's get ready to rumble. Okay. So you got to get the heat.
I got to figure that out. Yeah. But I did it twice. That's the crazy thing. When Clay came back this season,
when he was at Dallas already.
He was with Dallas, I've never seen an opening like that for an opposing person and team. But that whole place with the captain hats, I mean, everyone saw it around the world, and I got to say he's back again in that context. That was pretty amazing, man.
How did it feel when you said he's back when he was with the Warriors? I remember this coming off of course, the 2 injuries that he's been. And then he goes now to the Dallas Mavericks. How did it feel losing Clay?
Oh man,
for the team, was it? Did you feel like okay, we'll see what we can do with this?
We felt that he's always going to be a Warrior no matter what, but he knows he wanted a little bit more, right? He thinks he's got more in the tank, and so hey, no, you got to look, right? You got to see what happens. But it hurt, man. I mean, he's like a brother to us, right? Like he's just like, okay, maybe he just moved out for a little bit. Hopefully he'll come back. But I'm happy for him. You know.
And then when you reintroduce them back as a Maverick, how did it feel?
That was the weirdest thing. I do the home team. You know, our players, you know, Draymond Green, Steph Curry. When I do the starting lineup as the hype man, right? And we're very special in that way. Like most NBA teams have the PA announcer.
Yes, it will be like, I'm a Laker fan, so it'll be like, welcome, Los Angeles Lakers.
It's just like,
it's just
it's just like monotone when you do the thing. But that day they said, Franco, come in early. We're going to rehearse something. I said, wait, okay, we're doing something special here. They're like, we're going to do a big welcome for Clay. It's going to be different. We're going to do this whole cap thing, salute thing. We're going to give him his respect. And I'm like, that's pretty cool, man.
That's amazing.
And I was on the court, like they're like, you're going to do it live on the court, literally right there. And he got the standing ovation. I've never seen that in sports history for the opposing team.
On the rival
team, right?
Yeah.
So that was special. The Warriors did a great job. I'm so glad I got to be a part of it. And I got to do it for my boy Clay, man. I still love him no matter what.
And I know in the Filipino heritage, you guys have that as well.
Yes.
There, right?
Not just one, but two Filipino heritage nights.
How does it go in it, like in the year? What are the dates? I'm guessing June, and then what's the other?
Well, if we get to June, but no, usually they're like in November. We'll do something. Maybe this year was late in December, but we'll usually do one in the fall or winter, and then in the spring. So we have 2 nights because we have so many Pinoys that love hoops, and we come out, man.
So y'all don't serve fries. You guys serve lumpia. Right?
We got lumpia. We got sisig fries that day. I mean, we got it all, man. But it's nice because, you know, we have like performances on center court. I get to wear my barong, man.
Hey,
I'm showing my pride. And I got some custom barongs too, man.
Yeah.
Like I have a gal, shout out to Barong Barcada. It's a
Barong Barcada. What a dope name.
Isn't it cool?
Is it made? They're based in the States?
They're based in the States, and they made a custom like short sleeve so I could move in it.
Yeah.
But it's a blue and yellow like gradient. And it was awesome, man.
It got that dry fit feel.
That moisture wicking thing, man. I could run in it, you know, do my hype man thing. No, but it's special, man. What I love about it is, you know, that you see that Filipino sun on the warm-ups on Filipino Heritage Night. We're the first team, the Warriors, to actually recognize the Filipino sun and put the flag like on NBA merchandise, man. It sells like crazy
and when they allow it, you know.
Yeah, and they allow it. But they know, you know, we have such a huge fan base. It's like the number one thing here, right? And so FIBA World Cup, by the way, that was the last time I was here in the Philippines.
I watched that live. I was telling
you,
Germany and also the US. You were the one hyping that.
Yes, I thought it was a joke. I got a DM on Instagram saying, "Hey, Franco Finn, would you be interested in hosting the final phase of the FIBA World Cup in Manila, Philippines?" I said, what? FIBA's in Manila, first off.
Yeah.
I had to look at it. I was like, oh, crap, it is. And this was the final phase. So this is the finals, right?
That's a big one.
That's huge.
Yes.
And I said, yeah, let me make something work. I made it work, and I couldn't believe it. That was probably one of the best moments of my career, to come to the motherland
and
do it here, like 20-something years, you know what I mean, in this business. To do it here was so special.
You know, for those that are tuning in, we have Franco Finn. He is joining us, the hype man behind the Golden State Warriors. You're just here for a wedding. You're here for a vacation as well. Thank you for squeezing your time here to join us here on the show. You're inspiring so many Pinoys that they could make it abroad. You know, you're inspiring me, man. I got a few questions as far as what are the tips that you could give for us aspiring announcers to make it worldwide? Yeah,
well, you know, see, look, I wasn't a really good athlete, so I focused on another skill set, and that's my voice. You know, using that gift to the masses. And you know, my biggest advice is you stick to and finding it sounds cliche, but you're really finding your own voice. I didn't start off like this. I look at my old videos from college and other things. I was actually kind of shy and timid. I didn't really get out of my shell. But once I said, you know what? My voice is powerful, and I got that grit, and I added it, and I was like, that's the energy they want. I found it, and I just stuck with it, and people are like, that energy is great. So my biggest advice is stay true to who you are. You can look the Bruce Buffers, the Michael Buffers. I've seen them all. The Michael Jordan era, you know, how they introduced starting line. I would watch that stuff. And I said, I'm going to put my own spin to it. but a little bit of that radio over the top.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, wrestling, WWE, that was my
That's the ish.
that's what kind of got me, like that over the top hype man like personality.
Yeah.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's still my own voice.
You made it your own dish.
It was, yes.
Yeah,
It's
you
my
know what
own
I
dish,
mean?
my own flavor.
You're the sisig of this,
My own
right?
spices and everything, you know what I'm saying? Extra crust,
Yeah.
crunchy, crispy,
Yeah.
you know, with a little grit, little, you know, whatever. That's just finding your voice, and to make it to do it as a career. I never thought in my wildest dreams, but it is something you know, as a kid, you think, yeah, maybe I was destined to do this, and you just got to trust yourself, listen to your gut, say, I could do this.
So how did you, persuade your parents that for you not to enter a medical field? Because I'm trying to do the same thing, and I've been doing it for 25 years of telling them, no, Mom, this is what I'll be good at, you know?
You know, that's funny you mentioned that, because I started off as an engineer, not a medical. My mom was actually a doctor here in the Philippines, and so she didn't force that on me, but it was an awkward conversation to say, hey, I'm not going to the Silicon Valley school that's known for engineering at Santa Clara. I'm going to go communications. What? Oh, what's communications?
You're going to be a radio?
Yeah, radio, what? You're going to speak for a living? I said, Mom, this is what I love to do. And you know what? The blessing of them saying, go ahead, change your major, do it. That's all I needed, man. That's all I needed. And so, you know what? Kids these days, they're so creative now with the phones, like video editing.
Do everything.
They can do everything. They're so much smarter than us.
Palm of your hand.
Yeah,
man.
they're that quick to adapt. And so you find something you do it with passion. Go 150% and feel like you're not working a day in your life. That's how I feel every day. I don't even feel like this is a job.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this because I actually enjoy watching this team and announcing Steph Curry and my favorite player of all time. You know?
So I'm guessing with you becoming an announcer for it, you must have a lot of people asking you for tickets at every game.
My God. You should
How
see,
is your phone like when there's a game?
Let me just tell you, I should just turn off my phone on game days because it's like, oh, blah, blah. Like today, I'm getting tickets like, hey, All-Stars coming to San Francisco. First off, the NBA takes over.
Yeah,
that is the hottest ticket. It's like very expensive, and it's a crazy ticket. But you know, I have to navigate. I've been navigating for so long.
Yeah,
you know, it's hard. You can't give it to everybody, but it is. You know,
your message for all your relatives here tuned in. You know, for those asking for tickets,
they're like, come on, they're not available yet right now. They're all spoken for.
Now, when it's off season, how does life go for you? What do you do when it's off season? Do you go jump into baseball? Do you jump into other sports?
That's a great question. I'm doing this full time. I'm actually also the voice of Cal Bears football, so college football. This is my first season. I used to do stuff for the Oakland Raiders at the time. I did TV for them. I'm actually an auctioneer too, so I raise a lot of money for charities.
When it comes to auctioneer, because I was getting into that here. I have some off-air questions.
We talk about that. I made a living out of it, to be honest, because I bring that hype man energy to fundraising, and together you go, how many dollars on it? Let's go. 5, 5, 10, not 10, not 15, not 15, not 20, not 25. Let's sold. And you're just energetic. You're going in. How many? Let's get in. And then you make jokes. You're having fun, but you're doing it in such a fast pace. So I do a lot of that. I've been proud to raise millions of dollars for many local charities all across, not just the Bay Area, but I've been traveling to. I love it. You know? Using your gift and your craft for good. It's an amazing thing.
He's like my Jedi level dude, man. You know,
it's awesome, man. And you know, honestly, I still feel like there's more to go.
Yeah,
I want to get into WWE. I want to do UFC.
What's the ultimate goal like for you when you first got started to doing what you're doing? You know, what was it? Is it like I want to make the NBA, or is it more of like, okay, I'll come what may, whatever's big, whatever? What was the master plan?
I didn't even dream about working in the NBA. That's the funny thing. It found me, right? And so I just took it and capitalized on it, parlayed to the next, And honestly, it was just like I go back to like just kind of listening to your internal voice. Like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Do I love what I'm doing right now? Because I never felt like it was work. It was something I loved to do. I loved radio. I loved TV. I was obsessed with stuff like that. Then sports came into the play and in broadcasting and all that. And I don't know what the limit is, to be honest. As long as I could, my voice is still sounding the same, man. I mean, it's still can go.
I can imagine, when you do UFC.
Oh man, I'm gonna do
right?
I was all into that back in the day, like wrestling, especially.
Yeah,
like the Hulk Hogan,
Ultimate
Hulkamania,
Warrior.
the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, it was over the top.
Yeah,
but that's the stuff that just inspired me, and I bring that to my game, and it's fun. I got to tell you. But what I love to say is that there's jobs like this. You don't have to be the player on the on the court or field, or the coaches or whatever. You could be the broadcasters, the MCs, the hype man, the hype women. There's jobs. Every major sport now has kind of an MC. And now if you want to be a hype man and get people pumped up, that's a whole nother craft, but it's out there. There are jobs out there for that.
And the cool part about it, I play a lot of NBA 2K.
Oh,
so, know, NBA 2K24, it highlights the PA announcers and you guys, the hype man. How did it feel when you were in the video game?
Oh man, I was in the NBA 2K22.
22.
It was awesome. I wish I could be under 24 and just make it happen every time. But let me tell you, I shot for 3 months, and they put all these you see all those balls, and you've got this the jumpsuit on, and it's wild, man. And they film every bit of your face, your eyes, every left, right, up, down. But I'm sitting in this chair, so they're capturing 360, all your expressions and your voice and all that. Like Shaq has sat there before. Kobe Bryant has sat in this same chair because they shoot up in Nevada for NBA 2K in the Bay Area. There's legends that have sat in that same chair, literally doing the same thing I'm doing. I'm just pinching myself. Wow, you're immortalized in a video game?
Exactly.
Holy moly.
And, as a kid who played video games,
oh man,
to be now, hearing your own voice, how was that feeling?
Well, let me tell you, I bought every cover of that NBA 2K22, and I'm framing it because there was 4 different covers for that year.
Which one is that? Is that the Kobe cover?
Luka.
Luka and Dirk.
And Dirk.
Yeah, the Legends edition.
The Legends edition, right. So I bought every version of it, and it's awesome, man. It's like the records. If you're a musician, that was my record that I could put up there and say, this is permanent. I'll forever be immortalized in a video game. But it was awesome, man.
For those who are tuning in, Franco Finn joining us. On air, I'm going to play a song. Online, we'll play a video. Then coming up, we're going to go to All Out Questions, just some random fun questions with Franco. Keep it locked here on the Monster.
There, hype it up. So we go in, do the whole routine, and we have a production meeting.
And then coming out of Lights Up, we've got a welcome back video for Bogut.
There's these cool little voiceovers. We do these little matchup teases.
Tonight, Circle City races onto Warriors ground.
And then just kind of get in the zone. How am I going to hype it up differently tonight?
All right, Dub Nation, we need you louder than ever right now. It's go time.
And each night is different. That's the beauty of I was working in radio. Hillary Duff had no opening act. They're like, okay, you're going to hype it up in front of all these fans. Warriors executives were backstage. They said, we're going to audition a few people to MC. And the rest is history, 16 years later and going. I'm Franco Finn, and I'm the Warriors hype man.
Warriors basketball coming up next.
My mom raised me single mom, and she moved from the Philippines as an immigrant in the mid-'70s. So we watched Rick Barry witness the 74-75 championship. Amazing.
The Golden State Warriors have just won the NBA championship.
I've been there since day one, and to see that progression 40 years later, we witnessed our first championship. I mean, you can't even script this stuff up. There's a process whenever I come to Oracle Arena. It's not just like, hey, turn on the mic, get on there, hype it up. So we go in, do the whole routine, and we have a production meeting.
And then coming out of Lights Up, we've got a welcome back video for Bogut.
There's these cool little voiceovers. We do these little matchup teases.
Tonight, Circle City races onto Warriors ground.
And then just kind of get in the zone. How am I going to hype it up differently tonight?
All right, Dub Nation, we need you louder than ever right now. It's go time.
And each night is different. That's the beauty about entertainment here with the Warriors. Every night is different. You'll never get a duplicate night. This place, it's more than a venue. It's more than an arena. It's more than just a basketball game. It's a family here. It's when those moments when Clay goes off for I was working in radio. Hillary Duff had no opening act. They're like, okay, you're gonna hype it up in front of all these fans. Warriors executives were backstage. They said, we're gonna audition a few people to MC. And the rest is history, 16 years later and going. I'm Franco Finn, and I'm the Warriors hype man.
Warriors basketball coming up next.
My mom raised me single mom, and she moved from the Philippines as an immigrant in the mid-'70s. So we watched Rick Barry witness the 74-75 championship. Amazing.
The Golden State Warriors have just won the NBA championship.
I've been there since day one, and to see that progression 40 years later, we witnessed our first championship. I mean, you can't even script this stuff up. There's a process whenever I come to Oracle Arena. It's not just like, hey, turn on the mic, get on there, hype it up. So we go in, do the whole routine, and we have a production meeting.
And then coming out of Lights Up, we've got a welcome back video for Bogut.
There's these cool little voiceovers. We do these little matchup teases.
Tonight,
All right, folks, tuning in here on the Monster. We got Franco Finn. He is joining us, just hanging out with us. You know what I mean? And we're learning so much as far as what we do here for a living is that, you're making the world, an endless place that everything could happen, man. But I did promise everybody, all our questions, some random fun questions.
Okay,
but one of them is that, what was that advice that you got from somebody when you were starting your career? Can you still remember that you carry with you now at this very day?
The one that probably stands out the most to me is like, just don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. You need to be comfortable with the uncomfortable to make it sometimes, because, when you're in this business, you got to be, you're thrown a million different directions. You got to do it live, go here, go there. Mm-hmm. Even if you've never done it before, you just got to fake it to make it. Like, just
say yes.
Just say yes. Yeah. And you might be uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. I've never done this. Like, I've done, believe it or not just NBA, but I've worked for NASCAR. Uh-huh. Like, you imagine being a NASCAR.
I can imagine the energy level.
It's crazy. But I was like traveling all over the country doing NASCAR. I did it for a season. Uh-huh. I did the Rugby World Cup Sevens, which just came out. I'm like, I don't know anything about rugby. But I'm like, I'm just going to do what I do best, learn the game as much as I can, and just go. Uh-huh. Throw yourself and do it. So that's some advice that has always stuck with me, because you just have to be the first one ready to go and say, yeah, I'll do it. Sure. Do you know what you're doing?
I always tell, people here is that the best ability is availability. If you're available,
exactly it,
and you're there.
You're there. I mean, half the battle is just say your foot is in the door. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm here. Okay, great, let's go. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now, for you, I mean, you've met many famous people.
Yes.
Can you remember who was the most famous one, or who's the most memorable one? How was that conversation like?
Oh man, gosh, I mean, from athletes, right? I've met them all. To even, celebrities like NSYNC and Justin Timberlake and those guys. The one I'd say the most memorable to me, there's just so many. There literally is so many. I gotta say, The one that I like the best,
Mhm.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my guy Guy Fieri, man. If you
Mhm.
know who he is, Food Network star.
Yes,
He's
yes.
the man,
With the
dude.
whole hair and
With
all
the
that.
hair, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, he's from the Bay Area,
Uh-huh.
and I got to know him actually the last few years. I've been on the Food Network. He asked me to be on his show on Guy's Grocery Games.
So are you the one hyping the grocery games?
So I'm there's contestants. I'm
Yeah.
introducing like the celebrity chefs. I'm auctioning some stuff on the aisles on his thing. He's probably, to me, like the coolest guy because he's like an everyday guy like us. And he made a great career, took a risk, went on that game show for the Food Network star. And he's huge. Like, he's everywhere. So he's kind of like a role model to me. So shout out to Guy Fieri, man. He's a really good guy. And he's been bringing me under his wing to do stuff. So
That's amazing.
Yeah, like,
It's like
someone like that is cool. But look, I've met legends. Like, I was at All-Star hanging with Dr. J, man. Come on. Like,
how was that?
That's insane. I'm in Dr. J, Larry Bird's over here courtside, Isaiah Thomas. Like, these are legends that I have grown up to watch. The only one I have not met yet and I want to meet is Michael Jordan. One day, I was hoping the NASCAR the world would have got me in there.
His team.
I haven't had a chance to, but Dr. J, those legends, man, Patrick Ewing, like, this is my era. Like, I see them on the court all the time, like at All-Star and all that stuff. It was amazing.
How is it being friends with Steph Curry?
Steph is one of the best. I knew from the get-go this guy was going to be special. What I like about him is not just what he does on the court, but it's off the court. I do a lot with his Eat, Learn, Play foundation that helps a lot of youth, in the Bay Area and beyond. And let me tell you, it's fun. His golf tournament's super fun.
He's good at it.
Oh,
too.
he's darn
good.
He
hitting like a hole in one.
He did. And you know what's pretty cool?
He got 5 already, I think, right?
He could be a golfer right now. I think he could honestly be a pro golfer if he wanted to. But I got to hold the gold medal in my hand at his last tournament. And I have photos on my Instagram. That thing is heavy. The fact that he put it on my neck and said, "Feel this, Franco, do it." Like, that's how cool we are. Like, we're just hanging out. Like, if I have a chance to talk to him on the side, he'll be like, how's everything? Whatever. We have little conversations, but he knows that I've been with him since his day one. He's 16 years in the league. I've been here longer than him.
Yeah.
But I've introduced every single game at home for Stephen Curry.
Now, the $1 million question.
Yes.
Is LeBron becoming a Warrior or is Steph going to be a Laker?
Never Laker. No, I don't even want. I'd rather have LeBron come here to the Bay. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at it. We got a small window with Steph Curry. You imagine 2 powerhouses like that.
And what they did in the Olympics.
Come on now. There's a bond there.
So who are you willing to let go? I'm hearing Kyle Anderson, Andrew Wiggins, and 5 first-round draft picks.
We have to get rid of a lot.
yeah.
But I'll take it. No, honestly, whatever it takes to surround Steph Curry right now, he needs a 5th ring. I need a 5th ring. Come on, the Bay needs, Dub Nation needs a 5th ring.
You got to complete all your
But I'm
things.
telling you, like, that's hard to do, right? I mean, Michael Jordan has the elusive 6.
Yeah. Kobe got 5.
Kobe got 5.
LeBron got 4.
LeBron got 4.
Yeah.
You go 1 with the thumb, it's over, man.
Yeah.
I want to be there when I see that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see Steph Curry's entire career. It's a spectacle.
Yeah.
Coming in early, seeing the man like do his drills. It's something else. This guy.
What was the craziest shot you've ever seen him hit?
Oh, he's hit like pretty much like full courts, man.
Yeah.
He practices these like it's nothing. And he'll do it during,
warm-ups.
And he'll nail it. He'll nail it every single time. But you know what I love about him? He does this fun tunnel shot. He's like a big kid that just wants to play games. Can I do this tunnel shot? So he did it at Oracle for many years, and you've seen it on videos, I'm sure. He found a spot at Chase to do it. He kind of does this routine. He's a routine kind of guy. But he'll make these little trick shots, like from the side in the tunnel.
And he'll be like, just do it for highlights, do it for the real.
Oh, yeah. And then he'll have fun. He'll do like volleyball with it. He'll pretend he's golfing with the basketball and then make the shot. You know what I mean? He's just fun. He has a joy. That's the joy that I think everyone should approach any job. And
the way you do your job, you're very joyful. And how long you see yourself doing this, man?
That's the ultimate question, man. 22 years right now. Like, do I do 25 quarter century, man? That's a lot. This is more than half my life.
What's the perks? What are the perks and what are the do's and don'ts?
Honestly, the perks is it's opened up so many doors. When the Warriors are winning like that, like everyone wants to be your best friend.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, my phone has still not been, hasn't stopped ringing. Like, emails are coming. They just want to be a part of it. Like they feel like they're closer to Steph Curry through me, and because I get to announce this guy every day. But these kids, when I see these kids, like just their eyes lit up when I do my little starting lineup voice or whatever. Like, you do that? What? I just want to inspire that next generation. To be honest, like, our careers will at one point kind of fizzle at some point, right? I'm going to do it until the wheels fall off, but I do want to inspire the next generation. Maybe I'll come to the Philippines and I'm looking for the next hype man or woman to
have a show
to take my
That'll be cool.
Maybe make it like a contest.
Yeah.
Right? Search high low. We got the most talent in the Philippines. I'll tell you that.
We just won The Voice.
That's right.
We just won The Voice US.
I mean, come on. And that's just the start.
Yeah.
There are many more talents to be discovered in the Philippines. So
where do
come
I
on.
audition?
Let's go. Let's do an open call. Let's bring, and basketball's so huge here.
Yeah.
I really, you want to ask what my goal is? I'd love to come back to kind of my roots here, right? Where my family is from and bring the joy of basketball that I get to see. I want to see NBA Philippines here.
That'll be
like
exciting.
A league with future stars and future Steph Currys.
They had junior NBA for a time. I think the program is still running. They
still
do
have
the grassroots, but they don't have it all televised though. They just the grassroots
well,
level.
It'll get there.
Yeah.
I think there's some talents here.
Yeah.
And some of these, it's impressive how quick some of these folks. I see some videos from here.
Have you seen the Pinoy step yet?
What's that?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
you know what?
He was he was at FIBO, and I was trying to find him.
Yeah.
What's his name? Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he looks pretty good.
He's a character, right?
He got dance moves too.
Yeah.
He can move, just a little shorter version.
True. He actually joined a TV show called Kalokalike here of Steph Curry. A lookalike kind of thing, which is a parody.
He even has like the gap in the tooth.
Everything.
Did he force that here, or did he just marker in his
if there's
tooth?
a will, there's a way. You know what I mean? But my man, what's your message for all the Pinoy fans out there and for those who want to do what you're doing, man?
You know what? I've always, this is something that I've actually always thought of when I was even young in high school. It was 3 different things. It's dream it. Okay. You think the big picture, believe it, believe in yourself, like make it into something like I can do it, and then just go get it and achieve it. Dream it, believe it, achieve it. I know it's just so cliche, whatever, but it's something that I've always has done in my radio career. Even now, it's just really basic, come up with the idea, believe you can do it, make that first step, and then go get it. And you can do it. Literally, and you can put your mind to it. I'm making a career out of it.
Yeah.
Live and prove. I don't want to be the only Pinoy hype man in the NBA. So that's really my goal. I want to see more. I want to see more of us out there. And there will be.
You're inspiring me so much.
Make some noise, Pinoy. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, you've been here. What have they fed you?
Huh?
What Filipino food did
it's funny. I have not had Filipino food yet, man. We're going to all these nice fusion restaurants in BGC.
Yeah.
So good.
It's so social.
But I'm like, I like all this stuff.
Yeah.
Give me some crispy pata, man.
Yeah.
Give me some balot off the street, some pulutans, man. I want all that.
You, my man, Rich will get you.
Oh yeah, Rich, man. I know he's gonna take me to some places. I want to eat like lechon. Give it to me.
So how many more days are you here? And where can they catch you? You're not doing any events, only the wedding, right?
Just the wedding. I'm gonna go to Siargao tomorrow. I'm gonna have some fun. Never been. And then who knows? I'm looking. Maybe I'll have a footprint here someday. That's my goal. I love it here. It is more fun in the Philippines. I don't know what the mantra is now, but it is really fun here. And I got to tell the world, you got to come to the Philippines.
And you're always welcome here in the Monster anytime you're in town.
I love it, my man. Rico Robles, make some noise. I like you, man. I like
Thank
it.
you.
Even though you're a Laker fan. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm a Laker fan for life.
It's
but,
okay.
Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for inspiring us that we could do anything and everything in this world with your voice. It doesn't have to be physical gifts, but you have that. If you just really want it, you got to go after it.
You got to go after it. And like Steph Curry's a great example. He has a tattoo on his arm that says, I can do all things. Like, it's kind of similar to that. Like, I would go by that too. Like, that is pretty amazing. You can do all things. You just got to believe it, right? Do it and get it.
Thanks, man. Thank you for dropping by.
Good. All right, my man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up
Let's go.
for Franco Finn once
Thank you.
again. He is going to be live with the Golden State Warriors. When are you going back?
I'm coming back for the Christmas game. Lakers and your LeBron James to our house.
Oh, wow. Well, we're not doing really good. Oh, we won today, actually. Yeah, we won today, but we're not really doing very good at this very moment.
There's always competition anytime LeBron's around. But Christmas, I got to spend it at the arena. So
and then trade deadline's coming up. So who do you think will get traded in your team?
Oh, man, I don't know. We need another star.
Yeah.
One more, and I think were there.
Bronny. We'll send
Okay,
Bronny.
we'll take you, little son. Let's go.
Yeah. And then, Debbie moving. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Franco
All
Finn
right,
once again.
Thank you.
There you have it, monsters. To those that are watching, we hope we inspire you on today's episode. In behalf of Gail and Kayla Rivera, my name is Rico Robles. Once again, you can go after your dreams. All you got to do is go after it, believe in it, and do what it takes to get it. Till then, this has been another Monster exclusive interview.
Monster exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview. Only from Manila's hottest. Monster RX93.1.